right now we're going to solve the number of islands problem. So we will read through the problem and then come up with a solution as we read. So we are given a m by n 2D binary grid which represents a map of ones and zeros, and we have to return the number of islands that are there. What is the definition of an island? An island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. You may assume all four edges of the grid are surrounded by water. So if you look at this example, all the ones that are connected form an island. So there's only one island in here. In this example, it's this, and this. So three of them. So what am I thinking is, I want to firstly obviously traverse the grid, right? So if I don't, so I have to first traverse the grid. But let's get the base case out. If we do not have grid, then we cannot have this. So we just return 0. Also, if our grid looks like this, it looks like this, right? Then it also does not mean anything for us. If or not len grid 0, right? So if it looks like that, we just say we return 0. Now let us get at the number of rows. So we get length of grid, number of columns and rows. Cols equals to len okay. So we get the number of rows, number of columns, and now we have to iterate through the array. So we want to visit all the positions. Okay, for I in range rows, for j in range cols. Now we have, as we iterate, how would we count an island, right? So I'm thinking we'll do a depth first search. From any point we find a 1. Okay, and also we want to have a counter that increments every time we find a new piece of island. So how would we identify if a new piece of island is found? If the grid if it is 1, then I DFS on island. Okay, else I don't do anything. So before I DFS, I can do, let's just write, I can count plus plus. Now let us write the DFS. Def helper. Okay, we take in the grid, I and j values. Okay, what do we do? If the grid, if I is within range, that is if out of range, or I is greater than equals to rows, or j is less than 0, or j is greater than equals to columns, or the grid is already traversed, or it's a C. I return. Okay. Else if I don't, then I want to drown this block, or just like mark this as visited. So I just can make it 0. Okay. And I can do, now I want to go in all the directions. So from here I want to go to this one, this one, this one, this one, because it says that adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. So I do DFS grid, comma I minus 1 j, and similarly I'll do plus 1 and j. Then I do this and plus 1 and minus 1. So if I'm here, this is I, j plus 1, I, j minus 1, I minus 1, j, I plus 1, j. Okay, so this way then I have to return the count. And I have to also call that. So I'll call helper grid comma I comma j. Oh, sorry, I have to call it helper, 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 helper. So that's it.